Hi, welcome to Losing Weight with Elizabeth. Okay, really honestly, it can never be enough. Today, hi, I'm Elizabeth. That just threw me for a loop, and welcome to Losing Weight with Elizabeth. Today we're going to talk about 10 tips for a healthier weekend, because all week the clients have been saying to me in my weight loss classes that they're having difficulties with the weekends, and it seems to be what's actually slowing them down is the weekends from their weight loss. Now, listen, if you're okay, like I wasn't okay, of course, but if you're okay with losing weight a little slower so that you can enjoy your weekend, then I'm okay with that. That's fine as long as you're okay with it. Don't you think that should be the way we think? So if you wanna, just eat cake and ice cream on the weekends, or I don't know what, then and know that you might only lose a half a pound, then that's fine. Or you could do a better thing, is really keep your calories to around 1,200 calories every day, so that you have a few extra calories to play with on the weekend. That's my trick. I try to keep it to 1,200 all week, and that way I have more to spend, so to speak, of calories. At the beginning of the week, you should write down 9,000 calories, and then you should just start deducting the calories. And if you stay within that, you will lose weight. There's no way around that you won't lose weight. So believe me when I tell you that particular part. Just take out a journal and write down 9,000 and start calories and start deducting. Okay, so let's start with this. Squeeze in an extra long workout since you have more free time. Yeah, I'm thinking a lot of people have a hard time with this one. I know it's the weekend and you really want to work, you should, but you could do something beside actually a workout, couldn't you?
Sure. You can
Yeah,
walk.
you could take a walk,
Walk.
you could play tennis, you could play golf, you can garden, you can, oh, how wonderful, rake leaves, you can, there's a lot of things you can do.
Walk to your local library and
Walk
read
to
a book.
yes, walk to your local library if it's close enough. You can do all sorts of different things that will keep you active on the weekends. You don't have to go to the gym. I wouldn't go to the gym on the weekend now at all. I mean, I go during the week. Why do I have to go on the weekend? But plan some sort of thing. If you live by the beach, if you have, if you're in New England, you get to walk on the trails. I mean, there's many things to do.
Take your dog for a walk.
Take your dog for a walk. Take your husband or wife for a walk.
Survey your property.
Yes, survey your property. Okay, eat like it's a weekday. Excuse me. Last weekend I did that all weekend. I ate like it was a weekend. I ate like it was a weekday because I cooked particularly spectacular food. I made, and you should really honestly try this. I made angel hair pasta, which I know is not really good for you, 220 calories a cup. So, and when you look at a cup, it's not very much pasta. Like this is more than a cup of pasta right here. So I made spaghetti squash. Very easy to make. Wash the outside, poke it a few times, throw it in the microwave oven for 10 minutes, and then just scrape the seeds out and then scrape the spaghetti squash out. You're going to find a few seeds, but it's not a big deal. And then mix it with the angel hair pasta.
And spaghetti sauce.
And of course, and spaghetti sauce. And no fat ragout. We like Calibro, but if you like one other one, I'm telling you, it was a mixture between
I made that for my family the other night, and they loved it.
They loved it, right?
They really loved
I
it.
made it for my husband. He had no clue that he was eating spaghetti squash. I never even told him, and so since he doesn't watch the show, it'll hardly be a problem. So yeah, but he had a big plate, and I mixed it. I mixed all the angel hair pasta, and tell a secret, don't tell anyone. And I mixed it all with the spaghetti squash, and then I put a piece of chicken parmesan on the top, baked, not fried, and I put that on top, and then I put
Sauce.
I put a little extra sauce and then some more Parmesan cheese, and he had no clue. Absolutely no clue. Ate it like he said, that was so delicious. Because when you put the little bit of regatta in it and you use the Parmesan cheese, I don't know why, but it sort of turns into that alla vodka sauce,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
right? So
Yeah.
it's a little on the pink side. And it had a little Alfredo tasting because of the regatta. I'm telling you, it was delicious.
Definitely
And really,
was.
this beautiful plate of food was less than 400 calories.
Mm.
And I made homemade sauce with no sugar. You know, if you use jar sauce, I know you think it's easier, but it truly in the end result is not. Really, open a can of crushed tomatoes, use some tomato paste, and put whatever spices you want in it. Let it cook for a half hour, it's done. And you have a really something delicious. If you're just going to pour it out of a jar, it's really not going to be that good. And if you're trying to watch your weight, those sauces can really add up. All of those sauces. And don't even think to buy that Alfredo sauce in a jar. Those things, that's just ridiculous. So all weekend, I had an eggplant sandwich, which was 300 calories. Who doesn't want an eggplant sandwich, right?
You're right.
I had this pasta. I had chicken parmesan, and I made chicken sausage. So I mean, I was set for the weekend, and that's how I ate. Now I did have a couple glasses of wine, but all in all, it was probably one of the best weekends because the last 5 weekends have been, I've been on the go. I went to Washington, went to Philadelphia, went to New York, went to a lot of things I had to do for my play that's coming up, and I was out of my element. So it was a lot of partying, a lot of drinking, a lot of eating. So, those are what you want to save your calories for weekends like that, not for just, just an average Saturday night. So that's what I'm thinking. So I ate like it was a weekday. Only maybe you could say I ate a little bit better because it was really delicious food. How about sticking to your usual sleep schedule?
I
I go to bed every time at night at 10 o'clock.
oh,
That's such a good
great.
idea. It's very
Yeah.
good for weight loss.
Well, I have sleep apnea, and I also have a little bit of insomnia. And I notice that when I get into these non-sleeping modes, that my weight goes up.
Up.
And so I have to be very careful. Plus, I have a machine, and they say
Sleep
that
apnea.
yes,
Yes.
yeah, CPAP.
If you ever heard that machine, you would wonder how she could sleep. But it's funny. It's funny I say that to you, but I have a Thunder and Lightning and Rain CD, and I'm telling you, it sounds like something out of Frankenstein. It's thunder, lightning. It's frightening. No, whatever. And it's really loud, and I sleep like a baby listening to it. And when I get up in the middle of the night, I will walk over and just push the button and start it over. Right in the middle of the night, you'll hear a big thunderstorm.
Mm-hmm.
It's just perfect. So, but I think this is the reason why, for me, a sleep schedule. Now, you can't always go to bed at 10 o'clock like your normal time. It just sometimes weekends can, make it so it's impossible. You went to a wedding, you were away, you weren't at your own home. I was up till 2 o'clock in the morning 2 weeks ago. And several other times that it was up to like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. That's so old school for me. I used to say, ask us to go to bed at 5 o'clock, but don't ask us to get up at 5 o'clock. That's over. I used to be able to party like a rock star, and now There's no way that can happen because the next day, no good. So, but I like the sleep schedule when I don't have plans, and even if I do, if I can make them a little bit earlier, um, I like to go to bed early because I want to get up early and have the whole Saturday and the whole Sunday to do whatever I need to do or want to do and enjoy myself. So I think that's part of the reason for me with a sleep schedule, but it doesn't always happen. But you could try. You really ought to try to do that. And if you don't do it during the week, don't fall asleep on. If you're fall asleep in your chair, go get in the bed. I can't even tell you how many people told me today, "Oh, I just fall asleep in my chair." Yeah, go get in
Go
bed.
to bed, yeah.
Just go get in bed.
I have a bad habit of doing that, and I can hear your voice saying, go to bed.
Yeah.
Go to bed.
Oh, I'm saying it so nicely. Normally, when people are imitating me, they're going like this: "Go to bed," like the evil queen. I don't know what. I don't think I sound like that at all, but it's true. What would Elizabeth say? Okay, so you're right. The thing is that when you fall asleep in your chair, you're going to sleep at 10 o'clock off and being able to fall asleep. Here's the other thing about sleep is you can't get into bed and start thinking about everything that's going right or wrong or what you have to do tomorrow. Does that ever happen to you, or do you
Yes.
just fall right to sleep?
No,
Yeah.
I sit there and think.
Yeah, that is the worst thing you could possibly do is sit there and think. And now this is two things that I've started doing. One, I have paper and pencil by my bed. I sometimes can't read it in the morning, but if I go to sleep and I go, oh, I have to remember that I need tea and I need to do this and I needed to do that. I write it down in the dark, so now I don't have to think about it anymore. I wrote it down. It's unnecessary information. That's what you have to say to yourself when you're starting to this. It's unnecessary information. I don't need to know any of this right now. I've written it down, even though I can't read it the next day. And then the other thing that I've been doing, and I think this is so effective, and I'm not exactly the most religious person or anything, but I absolutely love it because my mind is going a mile a minute all the time. And when I have really happy times, somehow something will creep in that will make me be less than happy or worried about something, or you know how that works. You could be in a good mood and all of a sudden you've got something else going on. You're thinking some bad thought. And even if it's not true, I like to think it is true, but I love to say that's the devil trying to steal my joy. And you know what? That works. I immediately stop thinking about the bad thing. So when you're in bed, I don't know if you could say anything. That's the universe trying to steal my joy, or that's.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's what is it, Ichabod Crane, or I don't care who you use, but if you just know that somewhere in the back of your head, something is trying to steal your joy when you're having a good day. Why do you have to end it on a bad note? This is just philosophy for me, you know what I mean? But, you do.
I listen to my breathing.
Yeah.
Sometimes that helps me to focus in the present.
Focus in the present. I think that's the one thing that none of us do. We don't live in the moment. What's wrong? Why can't we just, if we're having a good moment, why are we worried about what happened? Can't do anything about it. Or worried about what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen. Everything can change on a dime.
Right.
So being in the moment, especially at bedtime, that is really good. Listen, I've even gone so far as honestly to count sheep.
I have too.
They're going right over the thing. Do they go over the thing for you?
Oh,
Are you
sure.
Going, 1, 2,
yeah.
3. I look at Carol's face. She's like, no, sir, do you do that?
I count numbers.
Oh, that's a good
yeah.
idea.
Do you go like 1, 2, 3, 4, or do you go 199?
No, I go up to 10 and then go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2.
You know
keep
what? That's
thinking.
just a form of meditation.
Right.
It's a perfect thing to do.
And it's being in the present.
And it's actually being in the present. Absolutely. This is a lot better than just doing well on the weekends. If we can get you to sleep well, I think that'll be a great thing. You know what my other thing is? I always think that I should count from 100 back because that's what they say, like if you're going under for surgery or
Right, yeah,
whatever.
they make you.
But then, you know, at like normally in surgery, like 92, you're out. So when you get to 92 and you're not out, you're going, what? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yay for, what is that? Dilaudid and Valium. That's the best sleep I've ever had in my entire life. But you don't want to take that. So we're just saying this for the fun thing. But that's why I can't count backwards. But I like that. I count a lot. I do that a lot at the gym too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
me
6,
too.
7, 8. When I'm doing a plank and I don't have my watch, I'll count. To
Me
make
too.
it 60, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When really, honestly, it's probably 20 seconds because I count so fast. Because, you know, I want to stop doing the plank. All right, get outdoors. If you can go outside, the weather is nice, why wouldn't you go outside and let it clean out your breath and your air and, you know, let nature do its thing. And if you have to count, just to not think bad thoughts, which you know really could happen, then that's what you should do. So you could be in the presence of the of nature. When, you know, like some people like to go skiing and snow sledding. Is that what it is? I could not do that.
Tobogganing.
Tobogganing, sledding, walking, you know, with walking in the woods, hiking, walking around your street, going to a school and walking the track. On a nice day, why wouldn't you do something like that just to make yourself feel better? Plus the fact that when you get outdoors, don't you find that you sleep better at night?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
So that's the exact reason why you should do that.
Especially if you go to the beach. I
Oh,
think
if
the
you go
beach
to
makes you tired.
Going to the beach makes you tired.
Yeah, being outside makes you tired, period.
Yes, right. It's so true. I'm not sure why that is.
I
but
think you're getting a lot of oxygen into your system and your brain, and
Do you think
yeah.
you're also relaxing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're relaxing a little bit more when we're doing something like that. The roar of the water, the waves, it's all very, very soothing.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can keep in the moment and not be looking down at our phones when, you know, a lot of people, or here's my favorite. You're at the beach and what are you doing? You're taking video of the water.
Well, you know, that could be a good relaxation tape for you.
For later.
Yeah.
But really, honestly, it's only 10, 15 seconds. It's
Yeah,
not like
that's
it would
true.
last that long. But the point is, you're at the beach. If you want to take a picture, if you want to take a video, go ahead. But put that camera away. Turn it off. Nothing is that important that you need your phone on for an hour. Just for a short period of time. To let yourself breathe. That would be such a good thing. Fuel yourself for weekday success. Well, I think one of the things that you do, that the reason you would do that is because if you fuel yourself for weekday success, that means that what you're trying to do is keep as many to close to 1,200 calories as possible, so you can have a little playroom on the weekend. I need a little playroom on the weekend, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. But when you can have a good week, when you don't have plans, why wouldn't you do that? I think so. Okay. 10 tips to have a healthier weekend. Limit your drinks. Yeah. You know, nature kind of did that to me.
How?
My girlfriend and I used to go to Carmen Anthony's, and we would have 4 or 5 martinis.
But you can't anymore?
Are you kidding? I can't have 2 martinis. 4 or 5. And honestly, we were not like loud or causing trouble or, we weren't doing anything crazy, but we would sit there all afternoon and drink martinis.
And
I think
talk.
It used to be, huh?
And talk.
And talk, right? Is there anything better than that?
No.
There's nothing better than that, except that now you call a cab. You don't drive home. You don't get into the car. You don't get into the car with anyone who's had 4 or 5 martinis. You just Uber or call a taxi.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that now, 1 martini pretty much done. And if I'm out and I have a martini, then I'll have a glass of wine with dinner. But I'm done. They have to be done. And I don't want to lie. Sometimes I might have Kahlua. But so okay, there's 3 drinks. So maybe I'm not doing as well as I thought. But this is over a period of 4 hours. It's not like like then it was 3 hours, 4 martinis. That is like 8 shots of
Vodka.
vodka. And the other thing about a martini is if you're not getting some fancy martini or having just a regular martini, the first swallow tastes like rubbing alcohol.
That's true.
Yeah, really. Why would you ever drink that? And then, but now you have it in front of you and you like the glass. That's my biggest problem. If they bring me a martini in one of those new little glasses, it doesn't taste the same. So if I have it in a martini glass, the first swallow tastes like the worst thing I've ever tasted in my life. The second swallow, I go, oh, that's not so bad. The third swallow is like I'm going like this. Waiter! So limit your drinks. Don't pay any attention to me. Just limit your drinks. And I think sticking to wine or beer or club soda and vodka or something like is better, because if you have pina coladas or margaritas, unless you never drink or this is a special occasion, there could be 500 calories in that. Mm-hmm. And then if you're having margaritas, you could be at a Mexican restaurant and before you know it, you had 3,000 calories.
It's true.
It's true. There's no doubt about it at all. Plan for relaxation. We sort of talked about that, going to the beach, taking a walk. Even on the weekends, if you want to take a little 20-minute nap or something, that's really kind of good, especially if you have plans to go out because you're going to wake yourself up. But you can't sleep the afternoon away. So you have to really think about that. Break the on-again, off-again diet mentality. Well, if you're going to, you have to accept whatever happens on the scale if you don't handle the weekends well. But you have to see, how do you feel after a weekend of debauchery eating? Would that be, am I using that correctly? Eating debauchery, which would be going to buffets, eating cheese sauce, eating a blooming onion, you know what I mean? All that stuff. I mean, I know if you're going to go to Big E, you're going to have bad stuff, and if you're going to go here, you're going to, I understand that some weekends are just going to be that way, but the minute that you've had this, you're probably going to be sick if you've been eating healthy. I mean, I know I get sick if I eat unhealthy. So, but the thing is if you have a bad Sunday, does that mean you have to have a bad Monday?
No. Start all over.
Start all over again. Absolutely. You're not on a diet. You're in a healthy lifestyle. That's what you're in. You're in a healthy lifestyle. And if you're losing weight, all the better, right?
Right.
Well, they say weigh in on Monday morning. Well, I'm not going to do that. I can't weigh in on Monday morning. I have to weigh in on Friday morning when I have had the whole week to
be good.
To be healthy. I'm always good.
That's true.
But, just to be good. So let's not worry about that. How about planning and preparing for the week ahead? One of the clients, so wonderful, she showed me a picture of her refrigerator, and it was filled with containers of celery, onions, tomatoes, everything all cut up, ready to go for salads, all cut up chicken. She had grilled chicken and cut that up. She had grilled some fish and put that in, and she was ready to go for the whole week, right till Friday. After Friday, some of your stuff starts getting a little bit, you have to eat your meats earlier on in the week and, all that. But I have to say, that was really impressive. And that's actually what led me to last weekend, to planning and preparing so much. So how much time do we have?
2 minutes.
Okay. So let's just go over, what of this list do some of you think you should try for? The longer workout, the eat like it's a work day, which sleep schedule, get outdoors. What do you think you should work out? Anybody?
Get outdoors more.
Get outdoors more. It'll just be so good for you.
Yeah.
But you know what the problem
I love
with
it.
getting outdoors is? Getting dressed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to sit out on your own porch.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem though with getting you know, going out is that I have to get dressed. And you know, after getting dressed all week for work, you kind of,
You don't want to get dressed. You
don't
wanna-
want to get dressed. Sometimes on a Friday, and this is a rare weekend, but I cherish them. I hope I don't live to regret this. But sometimes on the weekend, I will put my pajamas on Friday, and all I'll do is shower and put on new pajamas the next day. Does anybody do that?
Yeah, I like to stay in my pajamas.
Yeah, sometimes it's
Feel
real-
comfy and I don't know.
yeah. It's not like you're going to Walmart.
I love
No.
it.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that too. You can't believe how many people, young and old, all said the same thing, that they really kind of like the idea of that. So, which of these things do you want to do? I think maybe I'll just try the limiting of the drinks.
There you go.
I doubt that, but I'll say it now. Anything? Anybody want to try anything that they might want to try this week? No. No. How about you, Carol? Anything you think?
Well, just limiting my intake of food is what I'm working on.
Yeah, and you know how you can do that, sweetheart? There's a thing that I think you should think about. You can't be bored.
Yeah,
See, that's what will cause you trouble.
Right.
Boredom.
all right. You're
So
right.
let's try
Especially
not
in
to
the
be-
winter.
Yeah, let's try not to be bored on the weekends. Okay, so thank you so much for joining Losing Weight with Elizabeth, and I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Have a healthy week.
Hooray! Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to really read these again because I think I could do every one of these. If
I want to ask you a question. I made a bag of popcorn.
Okay.
It was IG8 popcorn.
Mhm.
There wasn't, I don't think there was butter in it. Didn't say it on the package, I don't think. But can you eat a whole bag of popcorn in a day?
Sure.
Please, I ate a whole bag.